Brampton, Ontario. The police are about to bust another marijuana grow house. Hidden on this quiet street near a school.
Police, search warrant! Police, search warrant! Search warrant! Search warrant!
The plants are everywhere, from the basement to every bedroom on the second floor. This house is full of hazards, easy to cover up, easy to pass on to unsuspecting buyers. The latest thing to watch out for. And that's why we're here. By the end of the show, you'll know the warning signs. First, Detective Jason Kirkpatrick takes us to the basement.
And just be careful with all the wiring, it's very dangerous here.
The growers patched up this hole where they stole electricity, a cover-up the next buyers could miss.
And what will happen is, over time, we've seen houses start to leak because of these breaking the foundation.
Check out this dangerous hookup. Grow-ops are 40 times more likely to catch fire than a regular home.
It's terrible. Like, the wiring is terrible, the structural damage that they do from breaking the foundation, and this is just the basement we've seen so far.
Each of these plants, street value $1,000.
The watering will take place right inside of this bedroom. Mold is going to grow underneath the rug. The mold is going to get into the walls.
These vents are in every grow house.
They want to get the hot air out, the smell out, and they don't want the smell to stay in because they're going to get detected.
The same scene happens all over the country, in neighborhoods like this. Each one's had a grow-op bust. Police call it an epidemic.
Do we catch every marijuana grow operation? Absolutely not. I wouldn't even know where to guess what the numbers are.
The neighbors are shocked. This house looks like all the others on the block.
They take an unassuming subdivision, and because it's low-key, you know, they seem to pick these kind of houses, which is kind of scary, right?
And get this, records we find reveal real estate agents suspended and sellers neglecting to tell buyers a listing was a drug house. But this detective says a home inspection should protect you.
I think a proper inspector would notice some of the telltale signs, such as ventilation being left in the attics.
That's what we're going to test. Can home inspectors protect you from buying this home nightmare? Just outside Toronto, on another quiet street near this school, a home inspector sure didn't protect one family.
Hi, I'm Erica. Nice to meet you.
When Jagat Prasad and his wife Nirmala bought this 4-bedroom house, their son Deepak thought it was a great choice. Until now, they've just found out it was busted, a former grow-op.
Are you worried about what it might cost to get your house?
Yeah, my house price gonna go down.
I think it's a major concern because right now we thought we're paying a mortgage towards an asset, right?
Yeah,
it seems like we're paying it towards a liability now, right? More than anything.
Yeah.
They say their home inspection took about an hour, found no major problems.
But this is all fairly superficial. There's nothing here that jumps out and says, danger, don't buy this house.
No, not at all.
And it's bad. It's really bad.
How bad is it? Time to bring in an expert.
Mike Holmes, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Mike Holmes is taking on home inspectors in his new show, Holmes Inspection.
And I'm going to make it right.
While Mike looks around, one of his home inspectors, Darren Johnston, gets to work outside.
I don't know how long this has been hanging down, but...
They're looking for clues that Prasad's home was a grow-op. Clues their home inspector missed.
Do you think it should be part of an inspector's job to know about grow-ops? I say yes.
Mike quickly finds grow-op warning sign number 1, a hole in the fireplace.
What did he say about this?
He just said you have to put an insert in there.
You have to put an insert in there.
Yeah.
But did he say, like, there's a hole in your fireplace?
No, he didn't know.
Their home inspector should have said more, much more.
And that hole for a grow-op is always used, they want to use the chimney, because it's so hot down there from all the lights, they're trying to exhaust that heat and put everything directly up through the attic to the roof line.
Just like that house on the police raid, they had to get rid of the telltale smell and all that heat.
So that should have been a red flag.
That's an immediate red flag. That is number one. Okay.
Mike's about to make more disturbing discoveries. The Prasad's nightmare is just beginning.
You brought in the wrong home inspector because the fireplace, first red flag, opens my eyes to everything else.
Did they just pick the wrong guy?
Hi, how are you?
Time to inspect the home inspectors on hidden camera. We pick 4. 2 are certified, 1 who boasts he's an engineer, and 1 with the highest level of training, a registered home inspector. Then we invite them to the Prasad's house. Can they tell this house was once a grow-op?
Total telltale signs this was a grow-up. I mean, I would know this when I was 18.
You would.
The Prasads are going to pay a big price for their poor home inspection.
And this is going to cost you one crap load of money.
But they're maxed out. They're still paying their mortgage on this house.
Yeah, there's no 1-800 help I'm been screwed by the world. There's not, unfortunately.
While it starts to sink in, we head across the country near Kamloops, BC, to meet a homeowner who's been there and is about to lose everything. Just after Teresa Denton moves in, a shopkeeper tells her her dream house was busted.
She said, I saw the RCMP in his driveway hauling pot plants out of the house.
That was the first time you heard this was a grow-up.
Yes.
This house had a great home inspection, but get this.
Holy cow. The mold is just everywhere.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Teresa opened up her walls to clean the mold. It cost $8,000, but it didn't work. Test results show her home is overloaded with spores.
Do you worry about your health?
I worry about my kids' health all the time. Maybe you got to plug one side of your nose.
Teresa's son Jaden has developed a mold allergy, has to take steroids.
That's directly adjacent to the garage.
Oh my God.
And
Now, just to clean up the mold in her home, she's been told it's going to cost $100,000. Money she doesn't have.
And now the bank is saying they want to foreclose.
It's devastating, you know. First, of course we don't want to live in this house, but it's the only house we've got.
Teresa's suing the former owner, her real estate agent, and her home inspector.
You know, this is not what I wanted for my family, right? I wanted them to be bettered, not worsened, right?
Not like there weren't a lot of grow-up clues in this house. The most glaring, in the attic.
There's a lot of mold on these posts.
One wall in her attic is clean, but the other, where the grow-up pumped heat and humidity.
Holy cow, look at it everywhere.
This attic's been cleaned up a bit. Here's what it used to look like.
Why didn't the home inspector see that?
He had a flashlight. He was up there. Either he's not telling the truth or he's just completely incompetent.
We show Mike Teresa's inspection report.
It's okay, there's the standard crap. Standard crap.
Hardly any detailed comments, just a bunch of check marks.
She's already paid $8,000 to clean up the mold. It's still there. Oh. Now she's got an estimation for $100,000. So
and
what do you think when you hear
What do I think? I think we need to do something about the home inspection industry. I think it's time we go back to the drawing board and say, it's not working.
When we come back, we turn the Prasad's home into our hidden camera bait house. And Mike reveals the shocking signs.
You do have massive mold on the bottom side over here as well.
Will other inspectors even notice? And this one doesn't seem to care.
This was a grow-up for a number of years.
We're back, taking on home inspectors with Mike Holmes. In Ontario, the Prasads. In BC, Teresa Denton. They both hired home inspectors, but both are stuck with former grow-ops, mold, electrical problems, and big repair bills. Remember that hole in the fireplace? Grow-up warning sign number 1.
So that should have been a red flag.
That's an immediate red flag.
Time for a test. We call in 4 home inspectors to see if they'll catch the warning sign too.
What we have here?
They're not using it, so it doesn't really matter. But
Most are confused, but this inspector has an odd explanation.
This is just used for extra air intake from underneath, right? To get the fire going.
What? They all sound confident, but they all fail to see the fireplace warning sign.